The monounsaturated fats in avocado, particularly oleic acid, are not just simple sources of energy. They function as modulators of the cardiovascular system, influencing the flexibility of arterial walls, lipid transport, and inflammatory signaling in ways that unfold gradually over time. When consumed daily, these fats interact with the body's enzymatic systems to optimize cholesterol metabolism, promoting the increase of HDL, the good cholesterol, while helping regulate LDL, the bad cholesterol. This balance is essential for preventing the gradual buildup of plaque along arterial walls, which can impede blood flow and increase the risk of heart attack or stroke. The effect is not immediate or dramatic in a single sitting, but rather cumulative, as each serving contributes to a subtle improvement in the elasticity of blood vessels, allowing the heart to pump efficiently and with less strain. Oleic acid also exerts anti-inflammatory effects that extend to the vascular endothelium, the delicate lining of blood vessels. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a silent driver of cardiovascular disease, contributing to stiffness, plaque formation, and eventual disruption of arterial integrity. The fats in avocado influence signaling molecules that reduce oxidative stress and inflammatory markers, promoting a calmer internal environment in which arteries can function optimally. This modulation of inflammation also interacts with blood lipid transport, stabilizing lipoprotein particles and making them less likely to deposit cholesterol in vessel walls. Over time, these processes collectively contribute to a more resilient cardiovascular system that can adapt to stressors more effectively. Additionally, monounsaturated fats impact blood pressure regulation by improving the responsiveness of blood vessels to nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that facilitates vasodilation. When blood vessels are more responsive, they can expand and contract appropriately, maintaining consistent blood flow and reducing the risk of hypertension-related complications. Potassium in avocado works synergistically with these fats, helping balance electrolyte gradients and fluid levels, further supporting vascular stability and heart health. This combination of nutrients creates a multi-layered effect that enhances overall cardiovascular resilience. The long-term benefits of consuming avocado daily are also influenced by its impact on systemic oxidative stress. The antioxidants naturally present in avocado, including carotenoids and vitamin E, protect the vascular endothelium from free radical damage that can accelerate aging of the arteries. By pairing these antioxidants with monounsaturated fats, the body receives both protective molecules and functional lipids that work in concert to maintain arterial health. This integration highlights the importance of whole foods, where nutrients do not act in isolation but synergistically support biological processes. Finally, incorporating one avocado daily into a routine is not only a physiological intervention, but a preventative strategy that emphasizes consistency over intensity. Unlike pharmaceuticals that target a single pathway, daily avocado consumption nurtures multiple aspects of cardiovascular function: cholesterol balance, arterial flexibility, anti-inflammatory signaling, oxidative protection, and blood pressure regulation. The cumulative, quiet, and interconnected nature of these effects demonstrates how a simple, mindful dietary choice can profoundly influence long-term heart health, creating a foundation for vitality, resilience, and functional longevity. Avocado is a nutritional powerhouse, rich in micronutrients that extend far beyond basic nourishment, influencing cardiovascular stability, neurological function, and emotional well-being. One of the most notable contributions comes from potassium, a mineral that plays a critical role in maintaining fluid and electrolyte balance, regulating blood pressure, and supporting nerve function. Daily intake of potassium through an avocado helps counteract the effects of sodium, relaxing blood vessels and reducing strain on the heart. This delicate balance between electrolytes is essential for the rhythmic contraction of the heart, the coordination of muscle movements, and the transmission of nerve impulses throughout the body, ensuring that both physical and cognitive systems operate efficiently and in harmony.
Magnesium, another abundant mineral in avocado, supports hundreds of enzymatic reactions, many of which are directly involved in energy production, muscle relaxation, and neurotransmitter synthesis. By participating in these reactions daily, magnesium helps stabilize mood, enhance focus, and promote calmness in the nervous system. In particular, it plays a role in the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that regulates emotions, sleep cycles, and cognitive function. Folate, also found in high concentrations in avocado, is crucial for DNA synthesis and repair, red blood cell formation, and the regulation of homocysteine levels, which, when elevated, are associated with cardiovascular and cognitive risks. Together, these micronutrients create a supportive environment for both physical health and cognitive resilience. The impact of avocado on cognitive function is further amplified by its healthy fats, which aid in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin E. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant, protecting neural membranes from oxidative damage and supporting long-term brain health. The combination of monounsaturated fats and antioxidants fosters optimal neural communication, ensuring that signaling pathways between neurons remain efficient, robust, and adaptable. This synergistic effect not only enhances memory retention and concentration, but also provides a protective buffer against age-related cognitive decline. The interplay of these nutrients also extends to mood regulation and emotional stability. Potassium, magnesium, folate, and vitamin E collectively influence the synthesis of neurotransmitters and the modulation of stress responses. Regular intake through avocado consumption can promote balanced neurochemical activity, contributing to a sense of calm, increased mental clarity, and reduced susceptibility to anxiety or fatigue. In this way, a simple daily habit becomes a means of fostering both mental resilience and overall brain energy. Consuming one avocado daily exemplifies the power of micronutrients acting in concert, where each element, minerals, vitamins, and fats, works synergistically to maintain homeostasis across multiple systems. By supporting cardiovascular health, enhancing neurotransmitter production, stabilizing mood, and protecting neural structures, avocados provide a comprehensive form of nourishment that transcends basic caloric intake. Over time, these consistent daily contributions create a subtle yet profound impact on cognitive function, emotional well-being, and systemic vitality, illustrating how a simple, mindful dietary choice can orchestrate complex biological processes that sustain health and resilience in both body and mind. The fiber content in avocado plays a profound role in maintaining gut health, a dimension of human physiology that has far-reaching effects on metabolism, immunity, and even cognitive function. Avocados contain both soluble and insoluble fibers, each contributing uniquely to the digestive process and the microbial ecosystem within the intestines. Soluble fiber dissolves in water to form a gel-like substance that slows digestion, moderates the absorption of glucose, and helps regulate blood sugar levels. By providing a steady release of energy, this fiber supports metabolic balance and reduces the likelihood of sudden spikes and crashes that can affect mood, cognition, and cardiovascular function. Insoluble fiber, on the other hand, adds bulk to stool and facilitates smooth transit through the gastrointestinal tract, promoting regularity, preventing constipation, and ensuring that the gut remains a stable and healthy environment for microbial communities to flourish. These fibers act as prebiotics, serving as nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria. A robust population of healthy microbes produces short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, acetate, and propionate, which serve as chemical messengers and energy sources for intestinal cells. Butyrate, in particular, strengthens the gut lining, reduces inflammation, and supports a selective barrier that prevents harmful substances from entering the bloodstream. This interplay between fiber, microbes, and gut integrity illustrates how avocado consumption influences systemic health in a subtle but meaningful way. The short-chain fatty acids generated by gut bacteria also signal to distant organs, including the liver, brain, and immune system, demonstrating that a single dietary habit can orchestrate complex inter-organ communication.
Moreover, the gut-brain connection is central to understanding how daily avocado consumption can support mental clarity and cognitive resilience. Signals from the gut microbiota influence neurotransmitter production, stress response pathways, and even mood regulation. By providing the fibers that feed these microbial communities, avocados contribute to a balanced neurochemical environment, enhancing focus, reducing irritability, and supporting long-term brain health. Over time, this influence becomes cumulative, reinforcing both physical and cognitive resilience through consistent habitual intake. The anti-inflammatory effects of fiber also extend beyond the gut. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent contributor to numerous age-related conditions, including cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and neurodegeneration. By supporting the growth of anti-inflammatory microbial populations and promoting the production of short-chain fatty acids, avocado fiber helps mitigate systemic inflammation. This not only improves vascular flexibility and metabolic efficiency, but also contributes to better energy utilization and mental alertness, creating a holistic effect that transcends digestion. Finally, integrating avocado into a daily routine fosters awareness of one's internal physiological rhythms. Observing how the body responds to fiber intake, energy levels, digestive comfort, and cognitive sharpness encourages mindfulness and intentionality in eating. Over time, this habit reinforces a deeper understanding of the interplay between diet, microbial health, and systemic function. By consuming avocado regularly, one supports the gut as a central hub for overall wellness, ensuring that the delicate balance between microbial populations, digestive efficiency, and systemic communication remains optimized, creating an environment where both body and mind can thrive naturally and harmoniously. The simple act of consuming an avocado every day extends beyond its biochemical effects and enters the realm of behavior, habit formation, and mindful eating, revealing a dimension of nutrition that is often overlooked. The sensory experience of preparing and consuming an avocado, the subtle effort of slicing through its dark, textured skin, the tactile sensation of its creamy flesh, and the gentle aroma it releases, engages multiple sensory pathways in the brain, heightening awareness and fostering a deeper connection with the act of eating. This engagement is not merely aesthetic, it has measurable effects on reward systems, satisfaction, and satiety cues, influencing the way the body and mind perceive nourishment. The pleasure derived from this ritual can reduce cravings for less nutrient-dense foods and create a reinforcing loop in which healthy choices are linked to positive sensory and psychological experiences. The practice of daily avocado consumption encourages portion awareness, a subtle yet profound behavioral shift. By consciously integrating a specific, manageable portion of nutrient-rich food into a routine, individuals learn to calibrate their internal signals of hunger and fullness. This deliberate attention to quantity and timing helps prevent overconsumption and promotes energy balance, illustrating how habitual intake of a single food can train the body to respond more effectively to satiety cues. Over time, this habitual mindfulness translates to broader dietary patterns, fostering a sense of self-regulation and intentionality that benefits overall nutrition and metabolic health. Beyond portion control, the ritualistic aspect of eating avocado daily supports cognitive and emotional well-being. The reward circuits in the brain respond to predictable, enjoyable experiences, and when these experiences are tied to nutrient-rich foods, the brain begins to associate pleasure with nourishment rather than indulgence in empty calories. This association reinforces the psychological value of healthy eating, reducing impulsive choices and enhancing motivation for consistent, beneficial behaviors.
The creamy texture and subtle taste of avocado provide immediate sensory satisfaction, but the long-term psychological benefit lies in the reinforcement of mindful dietary habits that align with broader health goals. This behavioral perspective also interacts with physiological outcomes. Mindful eating slows the pace of consumption, allowing digestive enzymes and gut receptors to process food more efficiently. By paying attention to texture, taste, and the act of chewing, the body initiates more effective digestive signaling, promoting optimal nutrient absorption and enhancing the benefits of the avocado's fats, fibers, and micronutrients. The integration of behavioral mindfulness with nutritional science illustrates how habit formation and physiological processes are interdependent and how simple daily practices can amplify the cumulative effects of nutrient intake. Ultimately, consuming one avocado daily is not just a source of vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. It is a practice that cultivates intentionality, awareness, and engagement with one's own health. The behavioral dimension complements the physiological benefits, creating a synergistic effect in which mindful habits reinforce bodily resilience, metabolic balance, and cognitive clarity. By embedding such a practice into daily life, individuals gain not only the nutritional advantages of avocado, but also the psychological and behavioral skills to navigate broader dietary choices with greater awareness, satisfaction, and long-term consistency, making a small, deliberate act of nourishment a catalyst for holistic wellness. The cumulative systemic effects of eating one avocado every day demonstrate the remarkable interconnectedness of human physiology, where a single consistent habit can influence multiple organ systems, regulatory pathways, and behavioral responses over time. The cardiovascular, neurological, digestive, and psychological systems all respond subtly yet profoundly to the consistent presence of the nutrients, fibers, and bioactive compounds in avocado, illustrating the concept that long-term health is shaped by repeated small interventions rather than sporadic or extreme measures. By providing a reliable source of monounsaturated fats, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals daily, avocado creates an environment in which the body can optimize cellular function, maintain metabolic equilibrium, and mitigate the effects of oxidative stress that accumulate naturally with age and environmental exposures. The cardiovascular benefits of daily avocado consumption are a cornerstone of its systemic influence. Monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, support the regulation of cholesterol, promote arterial flexibility, and modulate inflammatory responses that affect the arterial endothelium. This reduces the risk of plaque formation, improves blood flow, and supports efficient heart function, demonstrating how a small dietary choice can exert a ripple effect throughout the circulatory system. In parallel, the potassium, magnesium, and fiber content of avocado further regulate blood pressure, electrolyte balance, and vascular signaling, amplifying the protective effects of its fats and creating a multi-layered defense for cardiovascular health. Neurologically, the vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats in avocado influence neurotransmitter synthesis, neural membrane integrity, and cognitive function. Folate, magnesium, and B vitamins support the production of serotonin and dopamine, contributing to mood stability, mental clarity, and focus. Vitamin E and carotenoids protect neurons from oxidative damage, while monounsaturated fats enhance absorption of these fat-soluble antioxidants, creating a synergistic effect that supports long-term brain resilience. Over time, these consistent inputs can improve cognitive function, reduce the risk of age-related decline, and reinforce emotional well-being, highlighting the interdependence of dietary choices and neurological health. The digestive system benefits from both the soluble and insoluble fibers in avocado, which nourish beneficial gut microbiota and facilitate the production of short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. These metabolites support intestinal barrier function, regulate systemic inflammation, and influence metabolic processes in distant organs. By feeding the gut microbiome daily, avocado consumption helps stabilize energy release, optimize nutrient absorption, and strengthen immune signaling, illustrating how the digestive system mediates the relationship between food intake and systemic health. Psychologically, the practice of daily avocado consumption reinforces mindful eating, portion awareness, and sensory engagement. The ritual of preparing, savoring, and consuming this nutrient-dense fruit fosters intentionality, reduces cravings for less nutritious foods, and supports a sustainable pattern of self-care. This behavioral dimension amplifies the physiological benefits, creating a feedback loop in which mindful habits enhance metabolic, cardiovascular, and cognitive outcomes. Together, these effects demonstrate that eating one avocado every day is more than a nutritional choice. It is a holistic intervention that touches multiple systems simultaneously. Its cumulative influence supports cardiovascular resilience, neurological function, digestive balance, and psychological well-being, illustrating the profound impact of consistent, thoughtful dietary habits on overall health, longevity, and quality of life.